Right then, welcome back to the preview. Crystal Palace up at Old Trafford in the next game. Palace have become a little bit of a tough nut to crack. They do draw a lot, though. It's going to be a difficult game for us. They're right behind us in the table, literally the place behind us in the table. So it's an absolute mid-table battle on our hands. United need to keep this good run of form that we find ourselves in at the moment going. And you might start to turn the mood around Old Trafford. But Crystal Palace will be coming with the expectation they're going to be party poopers. And it's these games that United are expected to win where I feel like United have let us down even if we did win. Does that make sense? Like, we've managed to win games, Rangers and that, but not been looking good while we do it. Now, they will frustrate us. Glasner's had this balance that he's brought to the team using a back 3-4-2-1 sort of formation, not too dissimilar from our own, which has brought a little bit of structure to the way Crystal Palace play. And they are one of the few teams in football that are going to match us for formation and system for system in a way. The back three that they've got, they'll go with the likes of Mark Gay, providing a real solid foundation while they'll push wing backs very, very far forward. And the setup has enabled them to bring both defensive solidity and width and flair in the offense. Wing backs like Munoz, Tariq Mitchell are very key to what they try to do in attack as well as in defense. This tactical approach under Glasner has gone for real fast transitions, which the Premier League has kind of become about, looking to try and exploit spaces. Every team wants to push up to the halfway line. Every team looks to try and exploit space on a counter-attack. The use of the two twin 10s that they've got, very similar to United behind the striker, is key to how they play. It gives them dynamic options in the attacking third. They often drop in between the lines. They'll often go beyond in the last man. They use them to create numerical superiority in midfield and to give creativity and goal scoring threats. That's how you're supposed to use narrow 10s versus how you would use wingers, for example. Team's goal scoring has seen a bit of an uptick. Glasner's philosophy does seem to be able to create more opportunities for them in the final third. That's evidenced by the stats. They are much better in terms of expected goals following his appointment. And defensively, he's gone for a high-intensity press. So, stylistically, they play very similar to the way we're trying to play. They aim to win the ball back quickly and high up, look to try and exploit transitions and people out of position when they have been, and they are showing a willingness to press very high up the pitch compared to what you've kind of been used to seeing from Crystal Palace teams in their recent sort of Premier League era. And you can see in the stats that it's led to a decrease in the number of passes that they allow opposition to have. That's the PPDA for pressures before defensive actions. They've really dropped that down. They are now quite aggressive, quite press heavy, and they look to initiate pressing opportunities to win the ball back and try and counter attack. It's a much different Crystal Palace than the one that we've been used to in recent years. Early in the 24-25 season, they experienced a very slow start, not unusual for teams under Glasner, known for taking a bit of time to integrate new strategies into his players, but there's been some quite sharp upticks in the metrics since, and his tactics are starting to click as the seasons progress, and there looks like there's a bit of balance between both defensive and offensive play, and they've got some real lively players that can hurt you. Eze, for me, being the star one for them this weekend, is the sort of profile of player that we really struggle against. He's got sensational ball carrying ability. He's got sensational set piece delivery, which we're famously fantastic at. And he's a goal scoring threat anywhere around the box. You cannot afford to give him any space whatsoever. He's got genuine match winning ability. And I feel like if anyone's going to get on a score sheet for Palace, he'll be involved, whether he scores it or sets it up. So Eze needs to be dealt with and kept on a lead. In terms of my Manchester United starting 11, then I'm going to go for Onana in net. And I'll go with... De Ligt, Maguire and Martinez. I could have made a case for playing Mazraoui in the defensive line because I think against the sort of forwards that Palace have, it'd be quite useful. Maguire's been playing really well at the moment, but sometimes styles make fights, and I don't think Crystal Palace suit Harry Maguire. That's something I would consider. The only reason I'm not is I don't want to play Dalot. I think Dalot's really in poor form at the moment, and I don't want to play him, which means I don't have a lot of choices. I kind of need Mazraoui to play as a wing-back. So I'm going to go with De Ligt, Maguire, Martinez as my back three. I'm going to go with Mazraoui left wing-back, Ahmad right wing-back. Let's push them back. Let's have their wing-backs thinking about defending rather than attacking. I go with Ugarte alongside Bruno for energy. And I go with Garnacho and Mainu behind Xerxes. That's the Manchester United 11 that wins this game, in my opinion. Still weak up front. Still can be improved in the 10. Still can be improved in the wing-back area. But it is what it is. We are not... we're definitely a grower, not a shower at the moment, aren't we? So that's my Manchester United 11. I think the match winner at the moment, especially coming off the back of the Europa League performance, is Kobbie Mainoo. Come under a lot of scrutiny of late for performances, sharpness, whether he fits into Amorim's system or not. Feels like one player that's capable, him and Ahmad to be fair, in 1v1 matchups that can break him beyond, that can take somebody out of the game, that can do something a little bit magic, and the confidence he'll have coming into this game following the performance that he put in on Thursday. Yeah, I think he's due a real big game, and I think this is the sort of game that he would thrive in. So I'm going with Kobbie Mainoo as the match winner for Manchester United. And as always, this video is brought to you by our friends at Hollywoodbets, and they've got another incredible bet boost for this game, the clash against Crystal Palace at Old Trafford. United are looking to keep the momentum going in front of the home crowd, and Palace will be looking to try and cause an upset and actually get over us in the table. The picks that we're going for then is Dalot to be carded. He's averaging 1.41 fouls per 90 minutes. And against either Sarr or Munoz, he's probably going to be getting a card at some point. Will Hughes to be carded. He's got 7 yellow cards this season and committed an average of 2.81 fouls per 90 minutes. We're going for Eze 1+ shot on target. Bruno Fernandes 1+ shot on target. Over 7.5 corners and both teams to score. And if you like the sound of that, that's been boosted from 40 to 1 to 50 to 1. So £10 on that is going to get you £510 back. And if you would like to claim that, all you got to do is click the link in the description. If you're new to Hollywoodbets, you can create an account and take advantage of all the excellent new customer offers that they've got. All of those are linked in the description below. Odds are subject to change. You must be 18 to participate. And remember that football is unpredictable, and this bet is designed to enhance your viewing of the game and certainly no guarantee of a win. For more information on responsible gaming, please check out begambleaware.org. So how do you beat Crystal Palace? You win your 1v1 battles. Defensively, that's going to be very important because they've got players who like to run with the ball and carry it. It is the same formation. There's not going to be areas where you naturally overload them, and there's not going to be areas where they naturally overload you. So winning your 1v1 battles is absolutely crucial. Very much going to be a team game this for both sides. Can you outplay them and match them up defensively? If you do, you will win the game. It is going to be as simple as that. Secondly, can we take risks? In the second half on Thursday night, we saw Manchester United playing with a little bit of risk, and I think that's one of the issues and criticisms that would be completely fair of Amorim's side of late, is that we've been a little bit on the boring side. Let's play with a little bit of risk. Let's play with a little bit more attacking intent. Let's throw caution to the wind a little bit. Get those one-touch football movements going again. That's when United look the best, and that's when we start putting teams to the sword. You need teams to be scared about playing us and our ability to hurt them offensively. We have got players that are underperforming in the forward line, but we've got players that are playing well as well. Let's accentuate what works for us and try and ignore the stuff that doesn't. Either way, let's enjoy the game. I'll see you after it. Cheers to Hollywoodbets. Check them out in the description below. Let me know how you think the game's going to go. And I'll see you in the next one. Laters. Hey, thank you for watching the video. If you are new around these parts, then don't forget to subscribe. My channel is proudly supported by my community on Patreon. If you'd like to get a little bit of extra content, a Discord group, meetups, five-a-side games, weekly podcasts, behind the scenes, and even an occasional bit of transfer news as and when I get it, then for the price of a pint, you can show your appreciation for the content that we make and get some goodies for doing so as well. Check the link in the description or click the button right here. You'll also find all of my socials here too if you want to follow me on any of those platforms. Nice one.